Kia ora, hello, welcome to another video. I'm Robbie, this is NIQ eCamper, and actually I'm future Robbie, just as I'm about to start editing this video because there's 2.5 points I need to make. Let's do the half point. That is, I've changed the channel name. There's places where I've overdubbed it on this video and some upcoming videos, so it might sound a little bit weird. It was just too much time subtitling it and doing translations. So you may hopefully have noticed there's about 24 languages there to pick from, so that might help you understand. There's dubbing as well, and then I can sound weird in some other language with some AI accent. Point one is this is going to be a how-to camp in the rain, deal with the boredom of having a wet day. The forecast was going to be rain all night, rain all day, and probably the next night. I was like, okay, well, this is a subject I can handle. Wasn't to happen. Forecast was wrong. Rained heavily overnight, and in the morning it cleared up and became a nice day. So my plan of filming it all in the daylight when it's a bit easier to film and for you guys to see, then doing it in the dark like this, didn't happen. Oh well. So it will happen. It's a matter of time. Wet days happen when I'm out and about. So subscribe, have the notifications on, and whenever that day is, that will happen. There's a lot more videos of New Zealand and Asia coming up. Okay, so let's come on to the point two. Because it was good weather, I went and did the scenery for you. And the point on this is that campsite, Cannon Downs, great campsite. Go stay there viewing that area. It's just south of Abel Tasman National Park in New Zealand, South Island, right at the top of it. But the track is now officially closed. Department of Conservation, or DOC, have closed the track. They've decided it's too risky. You'll see in the video why. There's no fencing, just signs. Guess they're taking the signs down, I don't know. Actually, I hope they don't, because they are needed. But track is officially closed and going to disappear off the map. In reality, it's staying. They're not stopping anyone going there. There's no physical barriers, they say. So it's still a go, but you're completely at your own risk. So just bear that in mind. So I filmed all this Christmas 2025. It's basically Easter 2026 now. So it's not very long ago, and it's already changed. How it never happened years and years ago, I don't know. I always thought that since I first went there. Anyway, let's carry on with the video. There's another surprise coming up. The title might have gave that one away already. But that was completely unplanned. It completely changed the rest of the day. And it's just how things go. But that's life. Good day. I'm Robbie. Welcome to NRQ eCamper. And today we're off on another camp. This is going to be more about how to manage camping in the rain. It's a bit windy at the moment, so actually it's go inside. Be a bit easier. So yeah, more about just how to manage camping in the rain. It's forecast to be quite wet over the next 24, 30 hours, something like that. So I've actually, whilst having the car on charge here, it's not the fastest one, but it's free. Didn't expect it to be free, but it's free. Free charging is always good charging. So yeah, I've been prepping the car up whilst charging. Let's have a brief look. So everything I don't really need is actually in the boot compartment at the back there, or might get to, but it's right by the trunk. I'll go show it in a sec actually. I'm planning, because it's raining, it's like probably not got much to do, so I'm just going to be editing some videos and stuff. and making use of my time there. So that's the idea. So I'm kind of prepped for that. So I got my workbench table, and that will be coming into this space here. And then all I got here is my clothes, bag of camera stuff, some food, and that's it. So I can, so for sleeping, I'm actually just going to use this. I'm just going to recline it all the way back down and use the sleeping bag, which is already here as well. Prepped up a few things just to get ready, and that way, as I expect it's going to be pretty wet in the morning when I wake up, I should be able to climb over between the seats here, pull the front seats forward, set up the table, and go into sort of my work way. And then come the end of the day, because I'm actually staying at this site twice, 2 nights I mean, then I can reverse that at the end of the day. So we'll see how that works and go from there. Never tried this before, so it's just going to be a little bit of an experiment whether it works or not. But if it doesn't, I have to go out, potentially get wet, or wait for it not to be raining so much. This is the plan. Let's see how well that works, because time will tell. So, right, let's have a look at what I got in the boot here. Helps when it accepts I press the button. So yeah, just set up. Again, I've just got my bag of camping stuff of goodies, box of food, extra drink, induction cooker, table, a bit more food. Around here, some water. And so yeah, that's how that's gonna work out. And I actually just thought something I haven't shown on video before, and I should go in here. There's a Staf, so charging cable. There's just the mini tables for extending for the back seat. I have this one. So let's get that one out. Right, we'll continue. The guys that had the car in beside me just come and picked it up, so we just had a bit of a yarn, but this just feeds in here. And so yeah, this bit just matches in here. And I don't know if I can do this one-handed, I've never tried. But basically this just fits into the cup holder. I think I need that one down. This is one of these things not easy to do one-handed. Here we are. Now we'll pull the front one down and that locks it in. So yeah, this solves that problem of not having somewhere to put stuff. For example, when on the Ioniq 5. So yeah, that's quite good for food and stuff like that. Just made it myself. So just like the other table, like the extensions table, this is all out of floor planking. So just had left over. So whatever material worked out quite well. So yeah, anyway, that's that. We'll go to the campsite. So we're actually heading over to a campsite near Harwood. And for those of you observant, on the main banner of the channel, the picture, it is that site. So actually I'm going back there, but I've never done a video there before. And so yeah, let's see how a wet camp goes. and how to entertain oneself, so we'll talk about that a bit later as well. At the moment I'm just planning stuff in the future, so also planning other trips which I'll be doing later in the year. That's going to have different vehicles, different locations, people's first attempts at things. That's all going to be coming up. That's a few months away yet, so yeah, if you want to keep an eye out for them, best way to do is subscribe, hit that bell, make sure you turn on all notifications, that way you'll find out. Still got heaps of other videos to come out with as well, which I must get edited and get them out and let you guys watch and learn. Be driving off to the top of Takaka Hill in Abel Tasman National Park. It's a really scenic place. Probably not going to get the best scenery now because the clouds already come over. I'm going to see you next when I'm at the campsite near Harwood's hole. This is New Zealand's biggest hole in the ground. It goes down 200 something meters, so it's a very big hole. Weather permitting, I'll try and get some video over there. I'll see you over on the hill. Now this is the start of Takaka Hill. Actually, as you can see, many twists, many turns. So you can see ahead as those beginning of the stormy part coming. If you have got people behind you, do use these slow vehicle areas, let them pass. In New Zealand we are supposed to pull over if we've got traffic behind us and let it pass. Unfortunately, most people driving New Zealand like they do in the rest of the world, and they really don't look in their mirrors and they don't care what is behind them. Please be a little bit considerate. These sort of roads have got a lot of these stopping bays or areas, so do use them. That's what they're for at the end of the day. And for anyone coming over to Golden Bay, it's a really nice part of the country. We'll be hopefully back over for another video at some point in the future. But anyway, that aside, apart from the plug to subscribe for a new video, this is the only road in and out of the Golden Bay area. campsite. Now you actually don't until you get here and you start to see it open up. So first thing, if you're coming in at night time, dip your lights on, depends on the vehicle you got, on Ioniq 5. I'll just demonstrate this. If I flick the parking lights, I can see to the side more than I can with the main beam on. This also stops blinding other people using it and reduces the light, because that can be a little bit annoying. So we got a toilet here just to the right, which is probably off camera. Got a bit of grass there for tents, and we got the tracks just starting here. So I think I'll try and recreate that photo I did last time I came here. Apart from the lights being really dim, and the other advantage of electric is obviously electrics are really quiet, and the only real annoyance is the dings and the dongs and maybe the brake lights. So for entering a campsite when it's dark, not necessarily when it's super late, unfortunately it is a little bit late this time, but maybe you're winter camping and it's dark early, then it kind of helps you be a little bit considerate to other people, and we all appreciate considerate people. So be a considerate person. It's only just starting to rain. It's a little bit windy, but this campsite is actually sheltered because of the wind. That's why I'm not parked under the trees. I don't want bits and pieces falling, and most of it will be twigs, but it just goes ding 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 all night. And of course the advantage of car camping is I don't have to worry about the wind anyway. If you're wondering how this works out, then it's actually pretty comfy. Not completely flat, but flat enough. And good for a night, especially if you've got a whole bunch of stuff out the back and you just want to set it up quick. Or in this case where the rain's already started, I don't want to be getting in and out, so this stuff will come forward and I can work there on the back seat. And for sleeping, I can be here in the front. So yeah, this is good. Could put your feet up if you wanted to, but I don't. But anyway, time for sleep. Good night. Good morning. That's a pretty comfortable sleep. Definitely warm enough, but it is summer. It's not the warmest of nights, but that's okay. So yeah, next thing's going to be, well, for me, toilet, and then fix a drink up. And it's not currently raining, so not so challenging as I expected. It has been raining quite a bit overnight though, so it's still wet outside. It's still going to have, you know, all the gravel and or mud if I was on the grass sticking to the shoes and getting everywhere in the dampness. So still got that to manage, still going to be showery throughout the day anyway, so likely to rain at any time. So yeah, whilst it's not raining, I'll try and get some of the photos and videos. It is really nice scenery here, and see how that works out. And then also come back here, show you how I'm going to convert it for later, for just working on, well, editing more videos. Basically it's a wet day, that's my plan. So I need to get up first. So not a true recreation because the lighting is a bit different. This is the scenery here. Try and get the focus on the ground, but a little bit of a shelter. Got the info about where we are. So this is Abel Tasman. We're right here, not quite in the middle, but somewhat, because the main road goes right around the edge here. So, and there's this big coastal track. Takes anywhere from about 3 to 5 days, depending on how quickly you want to do it. That's definitely awesome, worth doing. Actually, what I did is a inland track. So, you know, goes around here, and I didn't go up to the top. I wanted to, didn't have time, but instead to come down over here to Totanui and then down the coast. And that was a 5-day trip. So yeah, this is roughly the campsite. Most people are elected to try and hide under the trees. There's a few people here just for the day doing the track in the cars, but the vans are the ones that are camping. Notice these guys in the tent took off as soon as they had a dry spell, so I don't blame them for that. But yeah, it's really nice scenery here. So first, I'm going to go and get a drink, and I can't see what's going on. There's no phone reception here, so I'll have to take a look at the sky and hope it's like that. But this is the direction that matters. See if we can get that little bit of a, it's only a short walk, but it's a nice pretty one. Let's see how that works. So when you come onto the west coast of New Zealand, at the very top of the South Island, you get these things called a Weka. They're quite inquisitive, and they'll let you get quite close. They'll come and beg for food. They'll come and ransack everything as well. They'll come and try and jump in your car, your van, whatever. Keep them out, because they make an absolute. They'll just go for everything, try and see what they can eat, and if they feel cornered, they'll start jumping and flying around, and that's when you get trouble. That's when you get damage. So, a nice bird. They love campsites because people feed them, but it's not a good idea to feed them. Let them go forage like this one is. No doubt when it sees me eating, it'll be over to have a beg. And there's never just one, there's always others. They live in families. Sure, he wants to try and peck my finger. Like I said, as soon as they realise I'm cooking, here's this wet fella and accomplice begging, getting surrounded. Ecologically, they're the same as a jungle fowl in Southeast Asia, which is what chickens come from. That's where they fit into the environment. So definitely worthwhile. They're mainly a ground bird, only fly they have to. They're kind of cool. Sadly, they're extinct in the North Island, and take this as a privilege seeing them, because there's actually less of these than there is kiwi. We make a big deal about kiwis in New Zealand, but we have even less Weka. Anyway, I've had to shut the doors because they'd be in there otherwise by now. Back to making my coffee. So I actually made one mistake, and that is I generally keep these all folded up in this bag. And it's a cloth bag. It's good for looking after them, It doesn't scratch, easy to wash if it gets dirty. But I forgot to rinse it out. Now I've got dust all over my coffee. Dusty coffee, eh? Who'd have thought? Oh well. Right, missing these areas, so let's get rid of the worst of it. So one just for washing water. Still smells of vinegar actually, that one, which is what it had in it. But now I've got a space to use when that dries, and it'll be clean. One of the downsides of gravel roads is you get dust everywhere. The rain's washed a lot of it off. There's still a bit under here where it's got sheltered. Can't really see it this time of day. Well, this is not rain. Looks like it's going to come out to a nice day, and it's not so bad as predicted. So, not a surprise there. Probably can't make it out. There's a hawk flying just over there. I'll go put the shoes on and let's go and look at Harwood's home and the view over Takako Valley as well, because it's really nice. Also, I can use that as an idea of what the weather's going to do as well, because as I said, there's no phone reception here, so I can't look at the rain radar or anything like that. I'm actually quite happy it's not raining, because it makes things easier, being able to clean up properly and not do everything cramply. So I'm happy about that. However, that was part of doing this video, just so you guys can see how awkward it can be without getting wet, because I try not to do that, because when my car's getting dry, and that is okay, but you have wet stuff to carry. So yeah, more dampness in the car or in the van, always try and keep that reduced. So yeah, the other thing is usually like this, I just use flip-flops. Just easier to clean your feet and whatever afterwards than getting shoes wet. Easier to take it on and off as you go in and out of the car as well, and contain where all the bits of gravel and stuff get to, or mud. So yeah, that's the reason for that. Oh, when we come back, this is how it kind of looks. I brought the seat a little bit forward. Normally it's the sleeping, I had it a bit more like this, and then in the back it looks like that. And I just used one of the, actually two pillows to go in there. So yeah, that works out really well. You could do the same for the driver's side as well. It's definitely easier than just going across the back seat in that traditional way, because they're too contoured nowadays, and the seat belt gets in the way and annoys you, so you won't want to do that. Right, let's get changed and go for that hike and enjoy this piece of sun, which I was not expecting any sun today. At the best I was expecting cloudy, so let's make the most of it. As I suspected, the forecast wasn't as bad as they made it sound. So in a way I'm disappointed I didn't go over to Anatolia on the west coast, but which was my original idea. That was going to be one of the challenges of somewhere that's far away from a public charger, and how to manage that when you want to still cook. You may want to still use heating and that sort of thing, and you know, a bit of lighting maybe as well, just using the camp mode or utility mode depending on the vehicle you got, and having enough that you can also drive back, because you can't really carry a spare. So that's that. Right, onwards to the walk. Right, let's go off on the track. Got the footwear sorted. Let's have a look. The wind's trying to get up. So yeah, it's a bit of a track. I'm taking a gamble, I'm not going to get soaking wet. Well, if I do, it's okay. I do have towels. And I got to change clothes. I got probably way too many clothes. So that's all up. I'm expecting to be away from home for about 3 weeks. And I don't want to mess around with laundry more than I have to. So I basically just bought a whole heap of stuff. So the trees are still dripping a little bit, but might have to leg it if it rains. I probably should have bought my, what I call rain wand. In other words, it's the magic wand to keep the rain away. Most of us know it as a umbrella. And last I remember, these signs show you where you're on track. So when it's like this, it's pretty obvious. But sometimes the tracks aren't so obvious, so they're the things to look for. You'll see there's another one up there on that tree. Let me do a bit of zoom. And it's really subtle, but if I take my finger away, it's the tree right underneath it. You can't really see it from here. Let's come up here a little bit closer. Still got on zoom, so because of that, the camera's probably shaking. But the plastic rain marker's right in on the sun, so it's actually really hard to pick out, but here we are. It was a lot easier to see with my eyes than what camera picked out. Right, I'll show you a bit more when we get nearer to the hole. So this is a glimpse of New Zealand's beach rainforest, and so they are evergreen, but obviously it's the height of summer at the moment, so it's slightly lighter greens. And before we're getting bogged down here, and the rainforest is stuff like this, all the fluffy trees. As my ex said, even the trees are fluffy here. So yeah, as we get nearer to Harwood Hope, we're coming into its gully, and it's a lot of boulders, lots of little bits like this. Got to be careful where you put your feet here, because it's a long way to help. So yeah, just go carefully. It's not actually that hard, it's just picking your way through. So yeah, it starts off with being quite an easy track, and then it gets a little bit more tricky like this. It's not hard though, most people can manage it. Got bits like this. But slow and steady. Now you see, this is the reason I decided not to wear the jandals. That's Kiwi for flip-flops for most of the world, excluding Australia. They get them mixed up with underwear and they call them thongs. They can't be helped. But Any decent shoes along here is okay. It's obviously a bit wetter today than normal, but I use trail runners for this sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, if you want to use hiking boots, you can, or just regular. So at the there's a spur track here. It goes up to the right. It's a bit of a steep climb to the first minute or two. We'll go back up there in a moment. That's the viewpoint. But we are coming towards Harwood's Hoe. I'm going to turn the camera off because I need to concentrate where I'm putting my feet here. The trees are fluffy, the rocks are fluffy, everything is fluffy here. So this is a temperate rainforest. That's most of New Zealand's forest actually, because we do get quite a lot of rain. And that's why they're pretty lush on the whole. But various differences throughout the country, as you can imagine, because it's not the smallest place. So much for recording before these people got closer. But anyway, pause the video so you can read this. This is what's underneath us. It's a steep down. We're going to this hole here. I'll look it up how deep it is shortly. But yeah, you've got all these underground rivers here. So Harwood's Hoe is a place to take serious. I'm just going to speak this one out, so that way YouTube does the translations for other languages. There is no safety barrier at Harwood's Hoe. It is unsuitable for children. Beware of loose and unstable rocks. Don't throw anything down the hoe, as people caving may be below. Proceed at your own risk. So we're just about to enter the hoe, and you'll see why we have this safety warning here. We are coming up to the hoe. We're at the lowest side of the entrance, so we have a big cliff ahead of us. First I've got to navigate these little bits of water. Sorry, probably not doing the best video work here. That loud bird in the background, it's a tui or a bellbird. Not sure which we're getting this area. The thing is, they mimic each other and they sound quite similar. My guess is a bellbird. That one. Just climbing over the rocks here. I think I'll work my way through here. Ouch. It's definitely rock hopping the closer you get. Kind of get an idea of what it's like. I think I'll go around this way. The better viewpoint is just up here. Good job I came here in April, because it was many years before I last came here. I'll get around there, over there. No, it wasn't this way. I want to get down there. So the camera just does not do this place justice. So here's a better viewpoint. This is one of the access tracks where no doubt some of the cavers go down. and go down there. But yeah, trying to beat the wind. It's coming again, but this gives you an idea of what it's like. Just a little bit about the hoe. It's 183 meters deep, 600 feet. It was known about for a long time. First explored in 1958, and this was an old river valley. It came in. It's eroded this hoe down through. It's like a limestone here, and that's what created the hoe. But the river's since changed its course, as you saw in the diagram just a little bit ago, and goes underground long before now. So wide across to the other side is 50 meters. So yeah, that's easily another 50 meters up, maybe more. So yeah, that's the facts on Harwood Hoe. The cave is known as Starlight Cave. It's not New Zealand's biggest, but it's one of them. So there's Abel Tasman National Park has got a lot of caves. The northeastern side of Kohorangi, around the Mount Arthur way, also does. And the other big caving area is Paparoa National Park between Greymouth and Westport. So if you're into caving, they're definitely good places to go. In the North Island there's the Waitomo system, in the western Waikato. So that's kind of the central west of the North Island. So yeah, they're New Zealand's 4 good caving places. Waitomo is known for the glowworm cave, where you just get put on go on a boat, go down this river, and you just look up and there's always glowworms there. It is spectacular. There's another one at TNL as well for that, but that's glowworms. That's not really caving, so slightly different, but they're more accessible as a cave for the everyday person. This place, you need experience. Don't try it otherwise. It's a long way down. 183 meters, 600 feet. Right, so let's go up to the viewpoint. So we go back along the track, we go up the hill, we go over behind here somewhere. I'm pointing but you can't see. And let's have a look over Takaka Hill. The sky is holding out nicely. No signs of any rain coming, so that is awesome. Apart from trying to demonstrate how to car camp in the rain. That's been a failure. But on the whole, I'm happy. It's a dry day. It makes my life so much easier. I actually don't particularly like camping in the rain. But on a long trip, it can't be avoided. It's just how it goes. So I'll still go through how to deal with that. Bonus if it actually rains and makes the scenery look gloomy outside. But I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm just going to enjoy it. Right, now for the steep start to the viewpoint. So it says 10 minutes because it's a bit steep, but actually the steepness doesn't last. But there's this where these route markers coming very handy, because it's easy to think the trail goes up over here somewhere. Actually it goes up here and then over, not that way. So yeah, keep a lookout for these things. They literally keep you on track. Yes, that was a pun. No pardon for it. Sometimes you get to places like this and you think, where's the path going to go? And you like, look around. Clearly not that way. This looks plausible, but it's too rough. Well, if you're not sure, sometimes backtrack a little bit. There's the answer. Here it is. it is for these rocks up here. Right, we're almost at the viewpoint. So the last bit's a little bit tricky because you got these rocks to climb over. So you need to be a little bit sure-footed here. And yet another reason, got proper shoes. But as we get closer, you've got an idea of the view coming. And that view is telling me it's going to be staying dry for a long time. So this is why you got to be careful. These hose go down a long way. Could probably get stuck in there. Don't want to try. It's also cool that you've got these little shapes on the top of all these rocks where the water's eroded them. Kind of like look like little clay cliffs in miniature. So that's kind of cool. Alright, let's thread my way over here. Probably should do downwards and you'll see how tricky this is. So we're actually coming out on a cliff edge here. And here's the grand view. So down below we have got Tucker Valley. You could just about make out the river right in the middle. Let's do a little bit of zoom. In the background is the Kahurangi National Park. My original plan is to go up this valley, over those hills, to the coast on the other side. Does look a little bit cloudy out there, but that's dry cloud. Let's go perch ourselves on the edge. It is big overhang, good 100 meters or so. It's a bit of wind here, but this is where the river comes out, which is below Harwood's Hoe. And Harwood's Hoe is this bit over here. Yeah, on a nice day, this is a beautiful view, eh? What a view, it really is. So yeah, it's good to be able to show you the view here. This is a really nice place. I'll get back to the car. I'm going to have to pretend it's raining. But it is what it is. And we don't complain when the weather's better than expected. Well, we've got a bit of a change of a plan for the rest of the day. The weather's getting better and better. As you saw up on the hill, it's fair weather cloud, so it's not going to rain. But here's the clincher. Got talking to a couple of people up on the viewpoint there. And sadly for them, they dropped their car key down one of those crevices. Those ones I was talking about, just be very careful of losing your leg. Worse still, is there only one. So the rest of our day is not going to be me showing you how to pretend it's raining outside and crawl around the car. We'll do that another day. I have to work out a new video title now. The rest of the day is going to be working out how to get these fellas sorted, and because all their stuff is locked in their van, and we'll go from there. Sorry, I'm blinding you with the sun. And making a plan. So I'll be back to continue the video and whatever, but I guess it's going to be more a trip video with some helpful hints about hiking and just random camping stuff. So hopefully you still find that really useful and handy. Will be another wet day. I can do it again and go from there. Anyway, I'll come back. That's our update. I'll come back a bit later and let's see how things go. At the moment I'm still planning to stay the night, but we'll see what happens. Might end up somewhere else. Time will tell. It's just the problems for this couple. Problems of van life. When it goes wrong, worst day, how you deal with them is what's important, and get the resolution. So sure it'll go well, but we'll work it out. Today's actually a public holiday, it's weekend tomorrow, so that's double trouble. So I'm probably filming my chest. So back with you later, give you an update, we'll go from there. Alright, so extracting the van, we've got the tow truck. So I guess we'll be taking these guys home tonight rather than staying here. But when the weather's nice, this is a really nice spot. A bit busier tonight. Weather forecast is better, so I'm not surprised. So yeah, how to camp in the rain. No rain and not staying the second night. Well, oh well, let's see how it goes. Anyway, right on the back of this one, I've got another trip planned. This is going to be about going to a place. I should probably go away from people. This is going to be about going to a place that's a little bit far from the charger. So yeah, subscribe for that one and you'll see what that's going to be like. It's not that hard at the end of the day. Secret, spoiler. There's going to be more of these fellas there as well, trying to break in as they do. So I think that's going to be it for the video. We'll see how it goes. So like and subscribe. Thanks for watching NRQ eCamper. And I'll do another video of tips and stuff as well, and just yeah, keep on watching. Thanks for watching.